Good evening, Monday once again, everyone. Bryan, Devore Realty Group, Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, California Properties, with the last Monday market moment of September and the last Monday market moment of this quarter. We're about to go into the fourth quarter. So, looking back at the sales stats for August from Stephen Thomas's reports on housing, we're going to answer the question: which city had the most price increases? I think that's proper English, but price decreases. A lot of areas are having price decreases, but which cities had the greatest number of them, and how much was the price decrease? We'll get into that in just a moment. Let's first look at the latest stats right now. 6,174 homes for sale. It's down 137. We're starting to see the dip again. Median list price of those homes, $925,000, lower than the week before. Average days on market, 59. Pending sales are up just one from last week. 2,355 homes are in escrow with a median list price of $875,000, going up. Average days on market, 38. And months of inventory down a little bit. 3.18 was above 3.2. Now it's down to 3.18 months of inventory. There's a chart showing total actives and total pendings. We did see the total actives go up a couple weeks ago, which was not expected, but we're back down again as inventory probably has peaked, and pendings are holding strong. Lower interest rates helps. Last week, we saw 668 homes come on the market, 94 fewer than the week before. Median list price, $899,900. And new pendings, $399. That's up 50. So many fewer homes came on the market last week than the week before, and a lot more homes went pending last week versus the week before, 50 more, with a median list price of $899 and $999, going up. Average days on market, 34. New pendings listed within the last week, 20. Within the last 2 weeks, 117. So a couple weeks ago, 3% of homes had sold in a week or less. Now it's 5% of homes, and 29% of homes sold in less than 2 weeks. How many homes closed escrow last week? 393. It's a big increase of 48 versus the week before, with a median list price of $895, $750, median sales price of $885, $500. Both numbers lower than the week before. Average days on market, 37. Here's something that we have never seen before. The least expensive sale is a tie. $260,000. One sold in Warner Springs, one sold in Borrego Springs. So we never had it in all the years in the Monday market moment, last 5.5 years, we've never had a tie. Most expensive sale was in Rancho Santa Fe for an even $10 million. Here's a chart showing new actives, new pendings, and new closed sales. You can see it's the fewest number of new listings that came on the market in a week period of time in several weeks. And meanwhile, the number of homes that went pending, much higher than the week before, and sales were up the highest level in the last month. Here is the chart showing median list price and median sales price. Okay, at the end of each month, Stephen puts out the sold report for the month prior. So this is for August now, a little bit of a lag. But first thing we look at is cash buyers. How many people bought homes in the month of August with cash? August marked a 2% decrease for cash buyers in San Diego County versus July. Of all the closed sales in August, 489 were bought with cash at 21.4%, so lower than it had been the month before. List price changes. How many homes, what percentage of homes had those? So list price changes, 3% of the closed sales increased their list price. It was also 3% in July. 62% of all closed sales in August left the list price unchanged. It was 65% in July. So fewer homes in that category, which means, well, 35% of all closed sales had a price decrease. In July, it was 32%. So more homes are having price decreases. And again, we'll answer the question, which cities had the most? List price analysis. And I love this. This is a very good deep dive into some information here. So 23% of all closed sales in August closed above the original list price. It was 28% in July. So a lot fewer homes are closing for above list price. 11% closed at the original list price, not a new list price. If a home was originally listed for $1 million and then reduced it to $950, we're talking about how many sold at the $1 million, not the $950. Only 11%. In July, it was also 11%. 66% of all closed sales sold below the original list price. It was 61% in July. So more homes are selling for lower than their original list price. And here's a breakdown of each city in San Diego County. Now, you're not going to see all of them in this one screen. It only goes to La Mesa. Obviously, the alphabet goes beyond L, but you can see the number of units sold in August. You can see versus uh, last year, the last column. So you can see, for example, Alpine had 9 closed sales versus 11 last year. What percentage had a price increase? 0%. How many kept the price the same? 78%. 22% of the homes that sold in Alpine in August had a price decrease. The average drop in list price, 3%. So, looking at this, you can see how many had price decreases. Quite a few had price decreases, more than we've had before. All right, so now to answer the question, what city had the most number of price decreases? Well, let's first go at third place or fourth place. Bonsall had 50% of the homes had a price decrease, half of the homes. Now, there's only 6 sales, so not a lot of sample size. Julian, also 50%, only 4 sales. But so that means that 2 of them had price decreases. But now we look at Tierra Santa. There was 11, so it's a larger sample size. 55% of the homes in Tierra Santa that sold in August had at least one price decrease. That's telling me that people aren't pricing their homes properly in Tierra Santa. Pine Valley, 67%, only 3 sales, and Palma Valley, tied, also with 67%, 3 sales. That's the number of homes that had price decreases. So 2 of the 3 homes had price decreases. It indicates a slower market in those areas, so people just had to get those prices down in order to sell. Pricing is key, as always. Price it right the first time. You'll be in that 5% that sells it in a week, and you probably won't have to deal with a price decrease at all. That's it for this week's Monday Market Moment. If you have any questions about this information, if you want that full report for all the cities in the county and what their price decreases were and how much, feel free to give me a call or send me a text or an email. Be glad to get that to you. Have a great day. Look forward to seeing you next Monday, the first Monday in October.